heritage have any linkage to the art that you do?
My heritage does have a linkage to the art that I do. I am a Black American. However, as a Black American, I know that I have roots that stem back to West Africa. As a matter of fact, I just had my maternal DNA test done. So that means it traces my mother's lineage through her mother and her mother all the way back up to 2,000 years. When that DNA came back, it was traced to Guinea-Bissau, West Africa. And that was just a year ago that I found out that, yes, indeed, even through scientific, DNA testing, that the work that I do as a professor and a dancer in West African dance does link to my heritage.
What is the Moja dance technique?
The Moja dance technique is a very special technique. And when we talk about heritage, Moja is directly a part of my cultural, familial heritage. It's a technique that my mother, who was also a dancer, created when she was an undergraduate student at Princeton University. She had danced all her life, but she began to be introduced into the Black arts movement of the 1960s, which incorporated spoken word and really had these strong linkages to West African culture. But it was Black Americans who were reclaiming their identity, reclaiming the beauty of what it means to be Black. And Moja is a technique that was born out of that time, that social and political time. It was artistic expression that had meaning and that purposely sought to give dignity to what it means to be a Black woman in America. And over the past 30 years, my mother has continued to codify and formulate this movement system that she called Moja.
You use art education as civic engagement.
I use it in civic engagement. Art is one of those things where you allow students to discover how it can be used in all ways in your life. That it doesn't have to be in a conservatory or dance for performance sake. That art can be used for us to discuss issues, to talk about social justice and other things that we experience in our everyday life. So one of the things that I do here in State College is I work with students in the school district with the group Roots of Life. And through the work that I do with them, they're grades 4 through 12, we talk about all of these things that they go through as students, as young people, and we talk about how to use our bodies and use the drumming and West African origins to kind of bring those stories and those ideas to life.
Why did you choose to be a choreographer and professor rather than becoming a professional dancer?
Now that's a fun question because they're not exclusive. I am a professional dancer and I am also a professor. So one of the things that Penn State likes about its professors is that they have people who are practicing and doing the things that they are teaching. And so I was dancing professionally from the time that I was 15. Even before that, I was dancing a lot. And by the time I was graduating from undergrad, I had traveled to China, to West Africa, teaching dance and performing. And that continues, still continues here at Penn State. I've been able to travel, most of the continents on the earth while being here, being able to continue this professional practice while I'm also teaching. So my life has been a struggle, but also the success of integrating scholarship, the passion of arts, and also performance, and bringing that all together.
Right.
My name is Kikora Franklin. My occupation is Associate Professor of Theater and Dance at Penn State, and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.